Oh, we are going. We are going. Here we are. I don't even know if the stream's on the right thing. Do I care? Not really. No, we are. Bloody hell. Do I reach out? Of course I do. Come on. You know me. Ah, fucking hell. Absolutely crippled. But we are here. And we are somehow we've somehow made it in a lobby while the servers are not online. Like, you can't actually invite people on other platforms consistently. We've still made it in because we're built different. That is the techers we bring to the table here. So yeah, that is what you love to see. So yeah, let me get this stream pinged out. Go on. Right. Gosh, cheeky little like YouTube notifications. Let's get the people in the stream and show them how absolute bad boy we are. Alright. I'm so like. Anyways, we are moving. We are here now. Let's just hope that we don't have the whole servers completely shut offline at any point. Otherwise, I'm going to be annoyed. Anyways, we're going to go on board with F3 driver Stephen. He's first out on the track here. So that is lovely to see. Managed to get one person of each platform in, which made all the difference in the end. Hopefully we don't have any problems. If we do, then it's probably ropes for the race. But we are here and we're moving. Anyways, do we have F2 bingo? I'll be honest, we would have. But if you think I can be asked to set that up after the absolute nightmare we've had trying to set this lobby up, you can hold one. Like, we'll have to just take a pass on it. I mean, if you want to tick it off yourself, because I know there was, a bingo made, but I can't get it on the stream. I'm not putting it on the stream or whatever. I might tick it off on the side if the race is boring enough for me to be able to stop and do that. But yeah. Anyways, on board with Stephen, let's give you a rundown of this track here. So, just let me know if the game volume to my voice is fine and everything as we go into turn 1, braking at 100 meters, dropping it down to 3rd gear, and then rotating it through the 2nd apex of turn 2, turn 3, quick little flick round left, flat 8 into turn 4, hard to navigate, try not to hit the wall on the inside, then carry as much speed as possible through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. All of this is, I think, or no, it goes 9, 10 and 11. And then this little bit here at the end as you're exiting is turn 12, and then you go into the long hairpin style corner of turn 13. Not really, I guess kind of a hairpin, but not really, but yeah. Anyways, moving through turns 14 and 15 into the fast right left of 16 and 17 here, and then along the back straight where you've got 18, 19, 20, and then the next fast left and right under the hotel, which is 21 and 22. Braking at the black box there, clip the apex, run out, try not to get bottom out on the curb there. It can be easy to get your car stuck over that, and then you go flying into a barrier. And then you run it all the way round. You got a car there, moving out of the way on the inside nicely. Someone's starting a lap. Hopefully that's not going to affect Stephen here. Doesn't look like it will. Through the final corner, which is 27. Yes, there's a lot of corners that they just make up on this track. However, it does have it is a pretty beautiful track, to be fair. 31.04 Stevens who starts off there. Let's take a look. Let's just get on board with someone. Caleb here. Tyler's on 27.6 already. What is... let's get telemetry on. Caleb doing here in the middle sector. Runs it a bit wide there. All over the curb. That's going to cost him a bit of time. And clips the wall for good measure. Might have picked up some damage, although considering there's only 2 corners left and it's mostly straights, that could actually honestly benefit him slightly. Hello, Roger Well. I am speaking so quick because I've got a lot to catch up on, because basically, yeah, this has been an absolute nightmare to start because of the EA servers being a complete mess. Anyways, into the final corner, Nathan Caleb breaking at about 85 metres there, drops it to third gear on the power and manages to avoid hitting the wall at the final corner, as Andreas has gone fastest with a 27.0. What can Caleb do? It's a 27.8. I see a Ferrari, which is probably Mitch. On the mediums in the final sector here. As up to the line, what is it going to be on the medium tyre? 28.5 and about a 1 second delta between the tyres here. So not too bad there for a medium lap from Mitch. What about Vincent? About 6 tenths up on what Mitch did in the middle sector. Into the final corner, doesn't go too deep, keeps it in 4-4, better traction out of the corner. And now up to the line, how's it going to look? It's going to be P2 and currently an Aston Martin 1-2 there. As we've got John here entering sector 2. Get a lovely shot of rain, turn 13 there, runs it right up against the wall there. That is lovely. He's in all of the track space available, and that's what you have to do here. If you want to find those extra temps, you need to be going up against every single wall you possibly can without touching it. But yeah, he's yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, what you want to do at every track. Use every part of the track, as is a McLaren. Having a bit of an adventure out there, he's going to have to try to make sure he can rejoin safely. As yeah, hopefully they fix it for F124. I don't think they will, because it's not the new engine. They also need to. I don't. The thing is, right, there's also the big. Like, first of all, they need to stop doing this issue where the servers keep going off every 2 seconds, as Tyler has binned it in sector 1 actually. Oh, he's gone straight into the turn 4 wall there, and will have gone straight on into the barrier over there, and that's going to be the end of Tyler's qualifying very early on here. As he's called himself washed over that one. I mean, fair enough, I guess. I know it's not too difficult to actually find yourself in a wall here if you are pushing a bit too much. As who have we got potentially starting a lap? I think it is Harvey who will be next out of everyone I can see on the leaderboard there. Yeah, a better connection. I think the main issue I saw with this game is the whole thing with the old gen consoles not being able to connect to sessions properly, mainly seen on PS4. So it's, I don't know, I guess I don't really see too many Xbox drivers since, well, mostly come from a background of leagues with PC and PS in. But yeah, I think that was the immediate problem, as George has gone straight into the turn 4 wall as well. That makes it 2. I hope that was on the bingo, because that is such a thing. That should be on the bingo. This curb here should be on a bingo, and turn 21-22 should be on the bingo. I hope they are, but I'll have to find out when I get to look at the bingo card. There's Harvey 32-4 first sector. A couple temps off what I would be expecting to see. I think a 31.8 will be a reasonable first sector to expect here. I'm just trying to think, just trying to gauge it on what I would do. I would say a 31.8 first sector would make sense. I'm not going to say too much on that because I could be completely wrong. As Harvey, 1 minute 0.6 middle sector, absolutely throwing it around the streets of Jeddah here. And it's looking pretty clean so far. Bit of a shaky moment in sector 1, but other than that, sector 2 was very nice indeed. Into the final corner now, drops it to third, gets on the power nicely, and that is going to be a 127.7 up to P4. Just over his teammate there. Let's have a look at Bradshaw. 1 minute flat middle sector as Bog's gone to P2. Bradshaw now displaces him in P2, 27.2 there. I know we've seen Bradshaw do a 26.3 or 4. on the previous seasons is there's a Sector 1 from Callum Lyons. There's the 31.8 I was talking about. That is sort of what I expect, although turn 13 is far from ideal for him. Just delay again on the pair a bit too much, but to be fair, wanting to get time on the board is probably the best thing to do, to be honest, and not to worry about it. Let's see what Callum Lyons can do here. 59.9 middle. We're into the 59s in the middle sector. That is what you want to see on your timing screen if you want to be looking at getting a time in the 26s. So let's see how close to the 26s Callum's going to get here. Drops it to third on the power nicely and out the corner pretty comfortably there. Not having to overextend at any part of the track. And that's going to be a 26.9 first one of the day. Good lap there from Callum. And I think he'll be happy with that for Nate. Provisional pole. And making up for his teammate. Helping the team out, which I'm sure will be much appreciated by Tyler. As we have Jan here in the Red Bull, heading now towards 21 and 22, and goes all over the curb unfortunately there. However, you can get away with that curb kind of. You will lose about a tenth regardless if you do clip it, but it's not, you know, detrimental to the lap. If you've had a very good lap before it, then, you know, it's not like a defining factor. I'm chatting absolute rubbish. Anyways, Mitch on the softs here, improving massively. However, has had an absolute nightmare in the final sector somewhere, it seems. Yeah, I don't know what Mitch has done in that final sector, but that is a lot slower of a time than his middle sector would have suggested. As Vincent here, who was 2 tenths off, has lost some time in the middle sector. Let's see how the final one will go. And Bradshaw's complaining that there is no grip. The settings were right. As right as they could be, as Vincent does box. So, not happy with that lap there. Caleb there, a bit wobbly at the final corner, and he shoots into box, so he's not happy with that one, and he's going to bolt on a fresh set of tyres and go again. FA to the line here, was on pole last week and could be on pole again this week as he goes to the top provisionally by 11 thousandths of a second over Callum Lyons there, and that is potentially, I'm not going to say going to be enough, but going to put him in a very good spot for now as Marco, half a second up in sector 1. Has he found more in the middle? He absolutely chucks it in too deep into 22, and that's going to cost him something. But the lap's still going to be on for an improvement, at least I would guess. Let's just see how he navigates the final corner here. Breaks it in nicely. Bit slower than others in terms of apex speed, but manages to hit it fairly nicely. Kind of hesitant on the old steering with it, and it's going to be a 27.3. Although I'd argue without the mistake, he would be looking at about a similar time to those in front. It might have cost him a bit more of a tenth, to be honest, because the exit through the next bit was quite not great as well. I think about where Bradshaw would have been. Minus the error. Harvey then, what can he do in the Mercedes? Can't decide what gear he wants to be in, although yes, 6th gear is better through there. And is 4 tenths up, pretty clean, a lot better than last time we saw in the first sector. 158 kph minimum. That is pretty strong, to be fair. Let's see what he goes through here. Drops below 200 just about. Couldn't quite get on the throttle as early as he didn't get the inside too well. I know he did that fairly decently last time as he lost time from that. I think he's about the same. Oh, he's gone flying into 21 there, same as Marco did, but doesn't bounce over the curb as well, so he's not going to have that detriment to his lap. And an interesting line down this back straight, doesn't decide to keep it too tight to the ball to minimise distance. And out the final corner, looks to be pretty safe. Maybe wants to bank the improvement. Oh no, he's actually going to go to the pit lane, so might have lost a lot of time in that 21-22. I know it was pretty strong from Harvey last time out, so but yeah. As we do have Bradshaw here going early. I know he'll be backing himself a pole here today. Let's see if he's right to back himself with this lap. Right. He's got a bit of traffic in Sector 1, just the 3 cars. So it's not awful. As into turn 1 breaks at 100, how much of the inside does he cut? About half. Committed over that, keeps it in third on the exit, doesn't clip the curb, so he's not going to lose time there. Into turn 4, how late does he dare to brake, and how close to that inside wall, chucks it nicely in. However, could have got a bit earlier on the power there, as they're rolling it through the rest of Sector 1. And again, a bit off the inside there, it's going to compromise his exit from Sector 1 unfortunately, but it still looks fairly decent, and it's about 3.5 tenths up what he did previously. And keeps it in 5th and runs it fairly close to the wall on the outside. Could use a bit more space, but it's still going to be probably an improvement over his previous run, as gets it nice and close to the inside there, just clipping the curb. And now we're on the run down to the final sector, where just 2 tricky corner complexes to negotiate. Into the fast left right here, gets it nice on the inside, clipping the curb on the outside, doesn't go over it though, and that is crucial as he now heads down towards the final corner here, turn 27. We're looking on for a 26-7, although with this final corner, can Bradshaw elevate to the top, and how far can he push that boundary? It's out the final corner, onto the throttle, up to the line. What time is it going to be here for the McLaren? It's going to be a 26-4, and that is a beautiful lap there from Bradshaw. And I dare say that's going to be pretty difficult for everyone else to go up against. But you never know. You never know what everyone's got in the locker. Mitch here on a lap now. He's drifting all over the place and he wants to back off that one, but he needs to get her in quick. Otherwise, he's not going to make it. He's going to be literally on the last second here if he makes it. So let's have a look here at Anthony Bogg into turn 1. Goes a little deep past the apex, but other than that, looks alright. As now heading towards turn 4 here. Drops it to 4th, carries speed through there nicely, and looking pretty decent so far, keeping it in 6th. Clips it close to the inside, drops it to 5th, revving out the engine aggressively on the way out. That's going to cost him a bit of top speed. Down into 13, but he's found 2 tenths in that first sector. Clips the wall on the entry to 13, and that's thrown him way out wide there, unfortunately. That's probably cost him some time, so he's going to have to absolutely send it now through these next corners, and runs unfortunately a little wide there, but manages to recover it decently. Has to keep it in 5th, doesn't want to allow himself into 6th. He would have gone into the wall on the exit there, he would have done that, and absolutely killing the engine here by not shifted up too early. 2 tenths up, and runs deep there, maybe a bit of a distraction, and was watching the McLaren, as he's going to be the second person across the line. First is the Red Bull of Jan, does a 27.9. Has Bogg improved here or not? We will see, as out the final corner it looks pretty decent, although he's going to go into the pit lane, so I think turn 22 might have cost him that, to be honest. Oh, the 2 tenth improvement he was on for. What about Andreas? Can he challenge Bradshaw? He can't, unfortunately, and stays where he is currently in P4. As Vincent here, 6 tenths up, jumps up to P2, 26.8. Great lap there from Vincent. And that's going to put him right in contention. Caleb was 6 tenths up, has backed off. Who have we got around the final corner? There's a Mercedes there. That is not FA, although there's a front wing all over the place. That might be Caleb's. As Harvey to the line, goes P6, good from Harvey. Callum Lyons has found a bit of time as well. Can he go faster? as up to the line for Callum. Takes P2 away again, a 26.8. Is FA improving about a tenth? Up to the line. He now goes P2 and spending more time in that final sector, down to a 26.7. Although Bradshaw's still 2.5 tenths clear. So unless Mitch or Stephen can do anything about it, he will be on pole here as Stephen 28.6. Mitch to the line goes on a 27.6. P11 there for Mitch. Right, there you go. That is your qualifying session. It will be Bradshaw on pole, 26.4. Very, very strong lap from him there. FA, last week's pole sitter, joining him on the front row with the Alpine Callum Lyons in third. With their constructors, rivals of Aston Martin, lining up just behind him in fourth and fifth. Followed by F3 driver Harvey Conway in 6th. Anthony Bogg in 7th and Marko Dordovic joining him on the 4th row in 8th. John Ahern and Tyler Witt on the 5th row. Followed by Mitch and Caleb with George Hawes, Jan, Stephen, Andrzej and Harry Spanswick finishing off the grid there. Now I get a little bit of a breather. Let me know in the chat who you reckon is going to win this race. As we will probably be getting underway shortly. No grid pens or anything to worry about, fortunately. Even if there were, I was not risking a restart on this because the servers, as I mentioned at the start, are in the mud. Yeah, here we go then. 17 drivers start the race. How many will finish as we have 5 red lights here in Jeddah. And lights out, and away we go for range 7 here in GRS. It's a good start by Bradshaw there into turn 1, as FA is going to be under pressure from the Alpine of Callum Lyons. There's a Williams who's gone straight on in turn 1. That looks to be Anthony Bogg, as side by side here on the run to turn 4. There's yellow flags at the back. I'm not sure what's going on back there. FA and Callum Lyons force wide there. Kind of as the Aston Martin of Andreas is trying to wriggle away through on the soft tyre, and there's contact there. Callum Lyons pushed off again. Andreas also going off the track, as not quite sure what to think of that specifically, as people darting and diving all over the place here, as Tyler's going to send one on Marko there. Bit aggressive, but it's, he's going to make it work as the Ferrari swap places. Mitch on those soft tyres, so wants to make this work quickly, as Bradshaw's already 1.5 ahead as Marko exceeds track limits there, and we've got absolute carnage on the run down here into turns 21 and 22. Andreas and Callum Lyons side by side. I would not recommend this at all, and Callum Lyons is forced wide there, as Vincent's also going to pick him off from that, and here comes Tyler, although has to back it, and we're going to go 3 wide here, as Harvey Conway is going to get past both of them, and Mitch is trying to get involved as well, as Callum Lyons is down to 8th because of that. Dives it deep into the corner though, as we're about 3 wide into the final corner. The Ferrari side by side with both Alpines here, and the Ferrari will come out ahead on those soft tyres, and that is very well executed by Mitch. Marko trying to follow his teammate suit, as he's going to look for a move on both the Alpines. Is he going to brake later around the outside? No, instead it's Callum Lyons go deep into the corner, smashes directly into the side of Harvey Conway there, and Harvey's gone round as well. Marko just avoids that, and Harvey turned into the wall there, and Callum Lyons, I'm not sure what he was thinking, to be honest. He's gone very deep, missed a braking, maybe a bit of a lost his head a bit from what happened just a few corners prior with the Aston Martin losing that many places in one go is never nice, but yeah. Unfortunately, maybe being a bit too ambitious to try and recover those positions immediately, and well, he's paid the price, and unfortunately for Harvey, he's lost out to, and Marco's also lost out on a position to John because of that. Although, I think Marco will be happy to point ahead to be facing the right way after having a car almost spearing into his side pod. That must have been a bit antagonising, as we are underway again here. VSC has concluded. And Bradshaw's just absolutely running off here, and I won't say I expected it today, but I kind of expected it as Tyler being a bit naughty with the track limits. We've seen both Alpines outside the track limits combined 5 or 6 times already this race, as Tyler's gonna just lay off the throttle. Doesn't really want to send it here on Mitch, as Mitch doesn't look very stable in the final corner, and that's probably going to invite Tyler to want to make a move here. So let's get the detail up and have a look at the tyres all around the place. So Andreas, Mitch, Jan and Andrzej on the softs. Stephen, George and Harry on the hards, and everyone else on mediums. Interested to see what the back two are going to do. As Harvey goes on softs and Callum goes on hards. Harvey probably just trying to play it to not run the hards too early in case of a safety car soon, as Mitch out the track limits there. And also being quite aggressive with the battery, as he attempts to keep up with Tyler here. And well, about 40% left. If he stays in into DRS, he should be alright, to be honest, as Tyler, I think, no, the detection points on the exit will be alright. I think Tyler's trying to drop Mitch a bit here, doesn't really want to drag him along with him on those soft tyres. I'm assuming Tyler's going to have some pretty strong pace here, most likely. As Mitch not closing up too much, not exactly too close to the back of the Alpine. And might need to up his brake bias, to be honest, by the looks of things. He's sliding into corners pretty aggressively, which is never good. As Andreas now on the back of FA, who also sliding there through turn 1 across the apex. Looks to be alright though, as Marco's made his way past John. Didn't get to see that, and we have a bit of a fight going on here. Harry there, I think, going for a double switchback. He's kind of lost the car, and they're going to go 3 wide into turn 4. Let's go and board with Volk here to see how this is going to unfold. Actually, very clean. Very nice there. Harry knew he needed to back out on the outside. George struggling in sector 1 there, and that's going to invite Harry to make a move there. George takes it off the road. They've both got off the road, and that's going to invite Anthony Bogg to go for both of them here. As is he going to look into turn 13, thinks about it, realises he's not quite close enough to make a move stick, and probably just going to wait for the DRS here as Jan not quite going to drop Harry. We'll see how the next corner goes. It'll be a determining factor as Bob goes a bit deep. We also have a move going on at the front here, with Andreas getting past there, and the Ferraris have also swapped again. As it seems like Mitch has made a mistake somewhere. Has he still got a front wing? Because that would probably be a good question to ask, to be honest. But we're not going to see him, so we're going to lay a nice helicopter shot of the 2 Ferraris. How nice. And to be honest, the Ferraris could be forced to swap here. Yeah, John's going to try and force this. He's playing this one pretty smart. He's trying to force Mitch to go for a move on his teammate, it seems. Which turned the battery off, so maybe realised it wasn't really as close as he thought on the exit. But if he did that, it can be quite a good way to put pressure on 2 drivers working together, as Mitch is an absolute boat here in Sector 1. I mean, this helps Marco fantastically, and in a team sense, is brilliant. In his own sense here isn't great as we've had a... That was close for Stephen. We've had a collision on the exit of Sector 1 is what I was going to say, and that's Harry Vanswick out of this race. Do we have damage to either of the cars in front? Doesn't look like it. What about Caleb? I don't think Caleb was anywhere near him actually. No, Caleb's alright. Well, there's your first safety car of the day. I'm gonna have a look if we got a nice bit of bingo somewhere, if I can find it. Is there a bingo card anywhere for me to have a look? Yes, no, that's F3. I can't find it. Anyway, Stephen's going to lead this race at the moment, at the front. Stays out on the hard tyres since didn't decide to finish me off. And someone from FVR joining, lovely. But we've had that plenty of times before. It's just random people. Yeah, good old. I love it when like. I think is he my WRT here? I don't know. I'm waffling at this point. Yeah, we have random PSGL F2 drivers and everything joining these lobbies before randomly. It's quite funny to look at, to be fair, but yeah. I can't find the bingo. I'm on the ropes. People message. Oh, there we go. Get in. Right, so quali block actually wasn't any of them from what I saw. Alfa Romeo top 5, well, George is currently P12, John Ahern top 5, he's currently P8. Bradshaw wins or retires, that's a pretty good prediction, whoever put that on the bingo, I think Callum Morris did all of it. New pole position, I think Bradshaw's already had pole this season. He's definitely had pole in the past at Jeddah before, so I'm going to say no. Ferrari in the points, you got both of them there, although I'm not going to say anything on that because I don't want to make any curses. New race winner, if Stephen didn't have to box and could park it in front of everyone, then there you go, that'd be a new race winner. There's one of the Rymans to have a crash, neither of them have. Mitch in the top 7, he's got P9. Someone to get beached on the dreaded curve, I haven't seen it, to be honest. Safety car, here we go, there's one. That's the first thing off the bingo. A double overtake, yeah, we've seen that already. We've seen like a quadruple overtake, nearly. Teammates to crash. I think the Alpines kind of make contact, not really crash, but we've had some teammates contact. Just a bit of a bump while they were 3 wide. 5 plus DNFs were on 1. Tyler to get a podium or crash. Provisionally P4. FA on the podium, provisionally on the podium. 5 plus drivers with penalties, we got 1. Haas in the points. Well, that one's not happening anymore, unfortunately, for Harry Svanswick. VSC, we've got one of them. F3 driver cooking. Harvey, well, we've got an F3 sandwich. So I'd argue cooking. Drive-through penalty, no one's at one of them, although... all I'm saying, F2 and drive-through penalties is unreal this season. We've had quite a few. Actually, no, it's F3 and drive-through, it's not F2. Yeah, no, I'm waffling. Alpine on the podium. Well, you've got Tyler on the podium already on there, so if Tyler gets a podium, then there you go. A pile-up. Bradshaw nearly went in the back of Stephen. That one retirement, that one didn't happen. And a dive bomb. Won't say the other word because it's not very YouTube friendly. So let's say mental dive bomb, Callum Lyons turn 1. Double thumbs up from me. And let's whack the light on because it's getting dark. So far the bingo's not going great, to be honest. Basically nothing happening on the bingo. Alright, we are restarting anyways. Enough of me waffling about F3 bingo or F2 bingo, so I'm so like... I'm lost. Anyway, Stephen's gone now. And he's actually hit the wall at the final corner. Although, he's actually got the jump on Bradshaw here. But I think Bradshaw with the slipstream and the battery, he's going to send one into turn 1, down the inside. Is it going to be the move for Bradshaw? It is. And now everyone's going to be looking to make their way through as Jan has retired in the pit lane. I'm not sure what happened there. As Andreas got to get past Stephen here. They've both hit the wall. Stephen runs a bit wide, and that's going to invite Andreas there. F8 also going to make a move as well. And here comes Tyler down the inside. And is Vincent going to try sneak one through as well? He might, you know, not quite. Don't know what Marco's doing in sector 1, he's lost a bit of time. Does he have any damage? No, he doesn't. Is Vincent going to send a move here? He is. Marco also trying to get himself nice and close. He's probably going to get on the battery here now. Yeah, he's going to go to the outside of Stephen. And yeah, pretty much an even playing field at the front here now. They've all had to make their way through Stephen. It was dropped 6 places, about to make that 7 with John here. Mitch is trying to get himself close as well to line up a move shortly. As at the front, Tyler going for a move on F8. It's going to be Tyler ahead of F8 there. I've seen Mitch in this position before. Is he going to try one of his sector 1 moves? He is, you know. Oh, there we go. There's the curb. Oh, Steve. Has he rejoined alright? Yeah, no, he has. He managed to get in the gap. I thought he lost control there and was going straight into the path of other cars. That was worrying, although Bradshaw's lost some time here. I just want to point out, Andreas is absolutely flying onto the back of him. Although Andreas has used about 10% more battery. Tyler's also there. Top 7 are actually all within DRS here. Very different to when Bradshaw was running off last time. Maybe not as comfortable on the hard compound as others. Marco just dropping out there. Probably just going to have to use a bit of battery. He's only got 30% though. John's got 50. He's got the most out of everyone here. He actually is that man in the lead. Bradshaw. Here comes Andreas. And it's going to be fastest lap for him as well. As he's going to be ahead into turn 1. And there you go. The race leader here. I've just seen Marco getting 3 tenths in one corner. And I'm also seeing Mitch create the world's biggest train. But no one seems to be too close to them, to be honest. So kind of just 2 groups split off into at the moment. Marco's going to need to be aggressive through these next few corners, and he parked it straight in the inside wall. That's not going to help as yellow flags. That's Callum Lyons in a wall, and a VSC to neutralise the race. He's having a bad time today. had a very promising quali, and a wretched lap 1 has led to a wretched race overall so far for Callum. We'll have to see. I'm just going to be able to recover at any point. When the VSC is going to end, you'd expect. Maybe on this straight here. Everyone's just put the throttle on, so it makes me think we're going to get going again momentarily. Is anyone going to get caught out here? It is in a pretty dodgy place. No, everyone's good. The only real gap that seems to have opened up is between first and second place, to be honest. Marco's about the same gap he was to the cars in front, although Vincent running a bit of white there, and if he can just be a bit aggressive here, it's going to drag him back in, which will be massive for the Ferrari driver here, and Vincent really struggling actually. Marco might have picked up a warning there though. While it looks like you can be on the white line on that curb, it does lift you a bit, lift you off the white lines, and then you are outside the track limits. So yeah, one to always be careful for, as the front two here have gapped Tyler at the moment. He's using a bit of that battery to try and drag himself back in quickly. As DRS is active, of course. Was activated, the lap of VSC was released, and everyone who's regen that battery, well, they're all aggressively using it again. Yeah, it's not too surprising, to be honest, as FA then might have just missed out on DRS, and he will. And he could be under pressure a bit from Vincent, as you'll see he hasn't got the DRS flap open. And Marco here just keeping himself in on the edge, and to be honest, the longer he does that, the more he gains time on the cars behind us. Here we have Mitch and Caleb. And who's it going to be ahead out of those two? It's going to be Caleb. Marco again, just doing these little, he's done that a few times this race, likes to have a little look, sees if he can line anything up, and puts a bit of pressure on the car in front to react defensively to try and make those moves, but hasn't worked out for him yet, although actually no, he did once. Never mind. I think it was into turn 13, the one where he had a look and then the other driver ran deep and he managed to get alongside and make the move. Or I might be chatting complete rubbish and remembering it completely wrong, I don't know. Anyways, I would expect him to get a move past Mitch here. He's got a full battery, although Mitch is using to defend. And they're both swapping away from each other's line here. Probably, I don't even know if it's intentional, but more ironically, it's actually cooling the engine down by keeping out of the slipstream of the car in front. So, as much as they may not be intended it, well done lads, you're actually helping yourselves out there. As Mitch is going to look to the outside of Caleb. Caleb brakes early, try to get DRS. That could have been quite dangerous, to be fair, from Caleb, if Volk hadn't reacted. Now that's why you need to be careful. You can, you know, just be a bit, maybe cautious into a corner to try and, you know, play the game for DRS. But braking early and prevent, you know, potentially provided a hazard to cars behind, that's where it's, you know, you can't be doing. Oh, Volk's gone straight. Oh dear. You're going to have to rejoin the track a bit behind. Caleb's also made an absolute nightmare of Sector 1 there. Has to really scrub off a lot of speed, and is going to have to use the battery to close back up to Mitch there. Who is driving a nice quiet race at the moment, just trying to keep himself out of trouble. Having a few fights with cars around him, but it's not really affecting how his race is going in general at the moment. So we'll have to see how it continues for him. Let's take a look at the front here. As Holden is just close there. Anyone looking for a move here? I don't think Bradshaw is, and I don't think Tyler is either. So we'll watch FA here, comfortably making a pass on Vincent. He's happy to take the position and be ahead there. As Tyler's got the battery on, he's going for it. We're going to see 3 wide, I think, into turn 1 here. As Bradshaw pushes his way into a gap, we are going to see 3 wide. And we've had a bit of a coming together, to be honest, there. As Andreas gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. As he's going to seat the positions there. To the 2 drivers, as he did keep the positions off the road from a potential overtake. I think the corner cutting penalty isn't really warranted, to be honest. I wouldn't call that a 3-second penalty. He was taking sort of evasive action not to cause carnage from a bit of contact as Caleb stood to Callum Lyons. And put himself in the wall on the exit of turn 11. As front 6 are actually all back in DRS again, I only just realised that. But the FA and Vincent have done a great job of catching back up due to due to what was happening at turn 1 with 3 wide. Be interesting to see what's going to be reported out of this. We've had quite a few, I'd say very minor, like pushing off track incidents here and there. A lot of people, I think a lot of them very early on in the race, people not just being too comfortable at the start, as Mitch is going to play that one perfectly, to be honest. Gets his nosing down the inside and gets DRS as we're going again into turn 1. Tyler and Bradshaw hitting each other pretty aggressively there, to be honest, and into turn 4. Who's going to brake later? They're both going to try it, and yeah, Tyler has to concede position there. As Andreas trying to sneak in. Here's FA as well now, and this is all getting a bit clustered now. And this is where the race is really going to, I feel like some crucial moments might happen within these next few laps. People getting very racy here, people getting very aggressive. You want to be near the front of that train. You want to be at least in the top 3. And you also don't want to be third. But also being third isn't too bad, because if you have a lot of battery. But if you don't have a lot of battery, then being third's not great. Being first also isn't ideal, and being second also isn't ideal. To be honest, being in any position isn't great. Which is why everyone tries to think about moving out of the position they're in and trying to better themselves. Which sort of creates this whole, effect of, the driver swapping constantly. No one's ever happy with their position, because there's certain corners where it's better to be behind, there's certain ones where you want to be ahead. People don't want to make moves here into the final corner, as Tyler sends one up the inside. Bit of contact again, as FA there has to be very careful on the exit. As a bit of a slide, and we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 again here. Tyler moving all over the place. Bradshaw moves out alongside. Vincent goes alongside. Tyler's going to have to back out into turn 1. There's no way you can keep that in there, as it's going to all sort of work itself out, with Bradshaw ahead of Andreas, ahead of the Tyler. And Vincent and Marco just watching behind, honestly. Probably the best position to be in out of this front 6 right now is where Marco and Vincent are. Until later stages when the positions actually, matter a bit more. But I know Marco, he'll be enjoying this right now. He can sit here and recharge that battery, which he doesn't have much of. But he was flashing last lap. I believe last lap or the lap before. So he's at least doing about 10% a lap in regen, as we've had, oh no, that's just a lap car. I thought we were going to say we've had someone hit the wall and ghost, but no, it's just a lap car there. Andres moving it away nicely for everyone, as he understands this is the lead pack, and they're pretty feisty. So you don't really want to annoy them, as Callum Lyons has done some corner cutting in turn 1. And the gaps have opened up a little bit here. FA actually flashing. That's going to invite Vincent. And Vincent's going to be all over this now. And he's going to use all of that battery he's had saved. And he's going to be on the move, as we've got an Alfa Romeo binned in a wall somewhere around the racetrack. So let's have a look at the front 5. While this is all occurring, are we going to see any softening of positions into turn 1 again? I think we're going to see Andreas go for the move into turn 1. And that's going to allow him into the lead as Tyler sends one down the inside, and it's not going to work out for him, and he might lose position to Vince. Although it kind of turns across him. I think just about all right there. I'm not too sure. I'd have to, have a clearer look. I was kind of swapping between drivers while trying to get a general gist of what was going on there. So I would like a clearer look. If that is something that will be reported, I guess we'll find out if either driver feels it was severe enough to be reported. As Andreas getting on the move here a bit, but Bradshaw's got 70% battery, so you can just use a bit of that, and he'll be back in Tyler's round. Tyler is round, and there's one gone. Well, it was always something that could happen here with cars running so closely together. Oh, that's created a bit of a gap, Vincent's going to have to use battery here, otherwise he's going to be inevitably, not quite the right word there, indefinitely dropped as FA makes a mistake. Is that going to invite Marco? I would doubt it, as Callum Wise has binned it in Sector 1. Ah, it's a safety car, conveniently after Tyler had just spun, and, well, there you go. That's going to help his teammate out. So here we're going to see box. Yeah, we're in the white lines. We're in the white lines, lads. Good. Although, to be honest, I can't say much in a proper race briefing, so I'm not going to make any comments. Well, it's going to bring everyone back together again. John, oh, that's not John. Andres stays out to unlap himself. I'm stupid. Softs, mediums. Softs. Aston Martin double stack. Is that going to drop Vincent behind Tyler? No, he's going to be ahead of Tyler. Oh yeah, the Ferrari will have to double stack as well. Mediums for Ferrari. FA goes for mediums as well. Mitch gets past Bog, but I think he was already ahead of him. And keeps in the wide lines on the exit. Love that, Mitch. That's a good point. I always thought Harvey said that Stephen hasn't picked yet and he could get DNF'd. I mean, it's quite true actually. Or DSQ'd. When will we be restarting? Might actually be like lap 20. Yeah, probably be lap 20. Sorry, I'm not really talking. I haven't really got much to say, to be honest. And Trix has left the session. So I think it was connection problems earlier on. Stephen Pitts, wee! Have an updated little look at the bingo. Actually no, because I have to scroll up miles through the chart again. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Bingo's in the mud again. Sad. I don't think I'm going to restart this lap, to be honest. Actually, AlphaTauri, go! Let's have a look. Do I deem this safe enough to restart? I'd say if it's before that yellow circle, we should restart. Nah, this is too late to restart now. Yeah, we'll be going one more lap then. Unless the safety car fancy's got in a bit low, which it isn't going to. Fortunately, because that would be ideal. Right. Let me get back in the zone then. Mix of softs and mediums to finish this race off. Softs are not going to be too bad now. We've had a few extra laps of safety car, which I'm sure the soft runners will not mind whatsoever, but kind of helps to them out in the fight against the mediums. Although it's on laps 24 and 25, the mediums will be quicker. Not crazily quicker, but they will be quicker. I think also if you didn't have fresh softs, mediums was the right choice here. Anyways, here we go, safety car in this lap. Let's see how this race is going to finish. I'm sure there could be a lot of carnage, as is usual for a late safety car. Andreas backing everyone up nicely. As the safety car's about to enter the pit lane, and you can go pretty much any time from now. Where will he go is the question. I'd go just before the final corner. Don't actually, no, cut that bit out. Don't want people to know my plan for F1 in case I need it. To come in handy for myself. As off we go. 5 lap sprint to the end. Are we going to see another safety car in that time? Actually, is very possible, I would say. As Tyler's lining up something. Not again, Tyler. We don't need another Alpine in someone's sight on this race. And oh no, he's not going to try that. He's not really entitled to space airbags here. Although, because of that, Vince has made a mistake and he's going to swoop round. Lovely move. What's Mitch done? Oh, Mitch has hit a wall. He's moving out elsewhere. ways. Front two are gapping. Obviously, the two behind on mediums are going to have to put in more work. Let's see what timer he's going to do here on his softs. How much is he going to want to push past these two? Knowing Tyler, I have a feeling he's going straight down the inside from 4/10 back, where possible. He does like a bit of a send here and there. To be fair, he executes them nicely fairly often. As we've had a swap for the lead, but I'm watching this because I can't be asked to swap again. And there you go, Tyler free. Marco doesn't want to go anywhere near the back of him. Neither would I, mate. Someone on softs at the start is, or off of a restart, can always be terrifying, I will say. If you have someone raring to go and wanting to absolutely send it, can sometimes, you know, be your better bet. Play it safe. Just be nice and calm. Don't throw your own race away. That's going to sometimes be the best thing for you, to be honest. There's still a chance of a late safety car here. There's Marco, big mistake. That's going to put him out of DRS. And Tyler, here he goes, down the inside, sends it deep. FA's not biting that one back. Marco's going to go on the battery here a little bit. As the front seven are braking, John just on the edge. And Marco, yeah, using aggressively. I don't blame him, to be honest. It's the best thing for him to use his battery and just hope he picks up positions on collisions. Marco might have just gave himself damage. Needs to gear up to 8. Anyways, what we're looking at the front. 1.4 second gap to these two. Both below half battery. Here we go. Is he going to go around the outside? Into turn 1. Bradshaw brakes later. Covers that one off. Marco backing out against Vincent again. I think he's happy to just take the P6. And he also knows that Vincent might have a higher chance of catching on those fresh softs. Up to FA on mediums through sector 1. And he can use that extra bit of battery he's got just to stick with the Aston Martin if needed. Just needs to control it a bit better through sector 1. And then get on the battery here if I were him. But enough of Marco. And on to our front 4 who are all now back together as we have yellow flags for seemingly nothing. Big up the pointless yellow flags. As Bradshaw is getting aggressive now. Putting the hammer down. Trying to get away. He's unfortunately not quite been able to do that. Vincent's going to need to get on the battery here. The front 4 have pretty much depleted. Vincent has a slight advantage to go for it at the moment. I think Andreas might be in his best bet to make a move into turn 1 here, I'll be honest. Bradshaw is very fast and doesn't look like he wants to slow down anytime soon. If Vincent agrees with me, we'll see. I don't think he's really close enough unless he puts the battery on. So I don't think we'll be seeing that move happen. Let's see, can Vincent keep up this lap? As Bradshaw's going to be absolutely sweating to try and brake once again. FA also having to put in work on those mediums, although it should be coming to him a bit now. They shouldn't be as bad. Last lap he'll definitely have an advantage. George Horse has gone flying in sector 1 and the yellow flag's in the complete wrong place. Tyler's nearly binned it again. And Bradshaw, he sees that gap building, and he's done it, you know. Tyler's all over the place as well. Andreas has got no battery to answer back with. He's got the gap. Tyler's going to have to... I don't know why Tyler's not using. He's going to have to use everything on this next straight. He needs to bridge. He has to. Otherwise Bradshaw's gone. And he's not. Yeah, no, Bradshaw's won this. Bradshaw has won. Not even a question. Tyler, yeah, you just have to battery all of it. All of it has to be used. He's not using it, yeah, no. Bradshaw's won the race. He's not played that one too smart. And, yeah, Bradshaw can cruise on this final lap a bit. He's got 410. That is loads to play with. Absolutely loads. He can, you know, just give a bit more caution on this final lap. Give a bit more space to the wall. Still gains a tenth and a half through turn 4. He's got just to coast it around now, to be honest. Just take it nice and careful. He's actually really close on battery. Oh, not on battery, on fuel, to be honest. So he pretty much nailed that. I feel like Marco might get a move here. But Vincent does have more battery. Mediums are better now. That's a bit dangerous. Yeah, that is... Yeah, well, Marco's probably going to report that. Just slowing down just in the middle of a straight. See if we go into the final corner. Andreas trying one around the outside of Tyler. Tyler drifts it in. Comes that off. As I think Vincent's going to beat Marco to the line here. Although I'd say that move definitely could be reported, and look at that. That's just pretty close finishes, as always in Jeddah, not as close as yesterday. But it will be Bradshaw to win. He, well, yeah, had won that on lap 24. When Tyler didn't go for the move, pretty much sealed that one off. Anyways, double points for Aston and Williams today. And Mercedes. But yeah. Driver of the day from the games given to Tyler did move up from 10th to 2nd and had that on track as well, I think. Because Andreas didn't quite get him up to the line, didn't have the best of exits, unfortunately. I need to sneeze. And it's going to be fastest lap as well for Bradshaw, so pole, race win, fastest lap. Lovely job from him. Here's your incidents. Not too many, although some people want penalties removed. And... oh, F4, never look at the game again. Right, thank you all for watching. We got F1 tomorrow. Then we got some other stuff. We got Spa next week in F3, F2, and F1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, respectively. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.